getting into the last segment, and that's 5-5. Now, as you can see, it's 8-2. It's 8-2-4, right, Kev? 8-24.
8-24.
It's Kobe Day, Kobe week. We rapping. John got his jersey on.
Of course.
You know,
Mamba
I got
Day.
my Lakers. Mamba Day, you know what I'm saying? I got my Lakers purple and gold. DQ got his old school Nipsey Blue Lakers jersey on. So today's episode is dedicated to Kobe, the GOAT. And
Kobe
we
Bean.
rap Kobe Bean Bryant. And so for 5-5 for today, we're doing our top 5 Kobe moments. Kobe got a lot of them. And again, you might, unfortunately, certain hit different for certain people. So you might see or might hear a few of the same. Hopefully, there's some variety in the list, but we'll see. Going from 5-1, 5-1. Starting off, of course, with
Drew.
With Drew. Drew at number 5. What's your number 5 Kobe moment?
All right, it's a simple moment. Most of y'all may not have this on your list, but it's that moment where it was overtime. The Lakers are against the Miami Heat. Kobe drills the game winner over D-Wade, bro, and then the whole place went nuts when Kobe hits that game.
This was in LA or Miami?
No, it was in LA.
Yeah,
LA.
Oh, okay.
LA.
I mean, I'll make sure I put the clips in, but I couldn't remember if it was in LA or
Yeah, it was definitely in the 2009-2010 season. That's the season that happened.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right, Kev, at number 5, what you got?
My number 5 Kobe moment. I was definitely a little too young for it, but I definitely appreciate it nonetheless. Is the first time Kobe got a chance to play against Jordan, December 17th, 1997. Right. So there's a saying in boxing where you shouldn't be in the ring if you can't box, and that was Kobe's opportunity to show Jordan, like, I'm here because I can do this. So,
do you know his stats for that game?
For that game, I don't know the stats offhand. No, I don't, unfortunately. But I know Kobe got a chance to hit him with a fadeaway and got to beat MJ to the rack at least once or twice in that game, if I remember correctly.
Nah, Kobe been. I just become your rivals. DQ. And number 5.
Number 5 is it's not an end game moment. It's the Kobe and LeBron puppet commercial after Kobe wins his 4th ring. And he's like walking through the house, and he walks past LeBron. He's quiet as shit. Then he goes to the next room. He's celebrating again.
Nah, that's dope. We're gonna make sure we add that clip in here. John, number 5, what you got?
At number 5, I had a little tie, but I'm gonna go with the game winner versus the Suns back in what's that? 05, the 06 playoffs. 06 playoffs.
Right.
The first time was definitely the 05-06 season, 06 playoffs when Kobe hit that game winner, and he did that little.
So I like how DQ went because I kind of went that way too. It's not an in-game moment for my number 5, but my number 5 is the Kobe Bryant Jalen Rose commercial. With, Martini. The Martini.
81.
So so he's like, how many olives you want? And then he 81 and looked at Jalen and shit. That shit was funny as hell. Yeah, funny ass commercial, like a great Kobe moment. So that's my number 5. Drew at number 4.
At number 4, just to tell you that Kobe is a monster, bro. No flinching when they were going against Orlando Magic in that playoffs, and then
Matt Barnes,
shit, trying to fake Kobe out. Yeah. Stone face, bro. Like you ain't fucking hitting me right now, son. Like, we know this shit. Like, get out of here. That's my 3. That's my 4.
You're 4. All right, Kevin, number 4, what you got?
Most people don't know about me, but I'm a huge fan of the Olympics. It's pretty much the only time of the year that, patriotic. But in '08, my man Kobe was named captain of that '08 Olympics team and led them boys to gold.
Yeah.
Led them boys to gold. And I watched that. I watched every game, bro.
Yo, they were busting ass.
Yo, like, smoking teams by like 30.
They didn't get the gold in 04, so those were on a mission.
Yo, they was on a mission, and Kobe put them boys to work, man. So
yo, no, that team was nasty, man. They're out there busting people.
Yo, for real, it was bad, bro.
Yo, they were busting.
Actually, the piggyback on my number 4, that was the year after that year was done. They were starting to consider not having. They were really considering the age restriction on who was able to come and play.
Or not having professional athletes being in the Olympics.
Correct. Yeah. So
they still consider that shit now too. It's fucked up part.
Nah, they don't need to consider that. Even if they do, like,
it makes no. It's not. U.S.
right.
Overseas, trash.
Our country is bigger than.
But the world has gotten better in ball. Like
they have definitely.
They're still trash, but they got better.
I mean, they ain't trash, but they're better. But again, how you gonna? These are professional athletes. You can't. They're professional, so you can't put an age limit on a professional.
Nah, Spain, Argentina, they still got really good teams coming out.
It's a lot of them. It's a lot of places.
Another country. I'll remember it. Y'all keep going.
Australia always have a good team. It's a lot of good countries that have a lot of pros that come to the league. But DQ at number 4, what you got?
My number 4 is Kobe's 61-point game at the Garden, and what he wrote on the box score to Spike Lee. So yeah, that's my favorite part. He said, "Spike, this is your fault."
You're gonna see that on my list too.
My brother actually went to that game.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's dope. That's dope.
It reminds me of Berkeley when niggas got tickets to the Knicks game to see LeBron play the Knicks. He dropped like
for real.
62. I was pissed I couldn't fucking go to that game.
All right, John, at number 4, what you got?
At number 4, I got Kobe 62 3/4.
It's Dallas, right?
Who they playing? Yeah,
Dallas.
Playing against Dallas. My number 4 probably higher on some of y'all lists, but because of the level of difficulty, Raptors was a bad team. Number 4, I got Kobe putting up 81.
That was my number 3 too, because the coach told them not to be on Kobe. That's the fucked up part about it. So I mean, it's still amazing he scored 81, but the coach of the Raptors is an idiot.
Yeah, the level of difficulty wasn't there, but it was a great moment. He scored 1 points. Like, that's ridiculous. But
they could have turned the lights out.
Yeah, word. Drew, and number 3, what you got? He said,
Okay, but my number 3 is fucking Kobe scoring 61 at the Garden, bro. That was, I remember watching in the living room with my father because he devout Knicks fan and shit. He was just like, bro, I saw my dad throws his hands up and say, "Yo, that's Kobe. Fuck it.
We ain't never winning." That's what he was saying. We ain't never winning, man. All right, Kev at number 3.
My number 3 isn't like a specific moment, so I'm cheating a little bit, but excuse me, it's the 06, 07 years where, my man's won the back-to-back scoring titles. So for me, that's just legends do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Kobe Bean is definitely
legends do shit like that. That's that back-to-back, and everybody remembers that 06 season a little bit more than like the 07 season. What did he average, like 30-something points like a game in 06?
And that was the first season without. That was the first.
506, he averaged 35 points per game.
That should have been his MVP season.
I knew it was up there, bro. Like,
that was a season without. That was a season without Shaq, correct?
Yeah.
I think so.
The second season without Shaq. That was the second without Shaq.
Yeah, so Kobe had something to prove.
Even is not like an overly basketball fan. Like I've been watching Kobe.
Oh, have your game.
So I already know.
All right, DQ at number 3.
My number 3 is the 81-point game. Like you said, pretty much the Raptors were trash. The Colts that don't play defense. My 2 and 1 are very, 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 very like way better in my opinion. But yeah.
Yeah. All right, John, at number 3.
At number 3, I have Mamba out, the finale, the last game of Kobe's season. I have that at number 3. Kobe put up the big 6-0 and did a little speech at the end, and it was like Mamba out. That's what I had at number 3.
Yeah. At number 3, I got, again, the 61 game. And Kobe just in the Garden always cook. The Knicks does overall. Him in the Garden cooks. Him, LeBron, James Harden. I think James Harden and Kobe are tied for the record for 61, 62 in the Garden right now for the most points.
I think
for opponent. Melo got 6
overall record for 62.
Right. I'm talking about for the opponent. It's 61. Kobe and the beard and shit. So that's my number 3. Kobe in the Garden. Period. Because you cooking there. Drew, number 2.
My number 2 is also the 81-point game because, that's just a feat that nobody is going to touch right now, except when Devin Booker was pretty close getting that 70, but nobody's going to touch 80.
Devin Booker and Melo could reach 80 that point.
Yeah, I mean, in today's basketball, I don't see that being a record.
Well, today, like with the fact that they have so many shooters have so much room to shoot now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I could see that being broke in the next few years or something.
I mean, nobody is gonna get the big 100, just like your boy Will got.
Even with the, I don't know.
First of all, Will getting 100 wasn't televised, so it didn't really happen.
What you say, John?
Even with the inflation of offense, how the offense is off the charts nowadays, I still don't think that'll happen anytime soon.
Yeah, I feel like with players scoring 50 and 60, like getting that close, I don't see it being a long stretch to get that.
You gotta look at it this way: in the NBA right now, how many active players touch 60? Harden, that's active. I'm not saying that that's touch 60. Harden,
Ron, Melo,
Devin
Booker,
Clay, KD.
I don't think KD hit 60 in the game yet.
KD's high is like 58, I think.
I don't think Curry hit 60. I don't even think Curry hit 60.
No, Curry has his 60. Yeah, Curry has his 60.
Curry hit 60?
I believe that. I believe so, yes.
Fact check
the car facts, bro.
Don't be throwing out stats you don't know. I'm not sure. I just
Curry high is 54, and I think that's the game he played at the Garden too.
Yeah, and I was looking that up. That's one of
But I know LeBron scored 60, Melo scored 60, Harden definitely scored 60.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, with players being able to reach a big feat as 50 on a regular day.
Devin Booker at 70.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, on a regular day, a motherfucker can score 50 points, almost 60 points. So for 81, as range extends, as the lack of defense extends, I feel like that ain't gonna be too much of a hard feat in the next couple of years.
I still don't believe it. Like, nobody's gonna let nobody light up for 81 points.
Yeah, and
that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and that's why I really don't care for Drew's opinion. Kev, and number 2, what you got?
My number 2, again, just to piggyback off my number 3, I set it up this way. Like, number 3 was the 06-07 back-to-back scoring champ season. So my number 2 in 07, Kobe had 4 back-to-back 50-point games.
Oh, that's when he went 40-60.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
50-60, 50-60.
So, I mean, what are we really talking about, bro? We're talking about greatness, and again, here it is on display. So for me, at any level,
yeah, that's crazy. You know, he had like 50,
ridiculous.
And then that second game, he had 65. He came back with 65, scored 50 again, and then he scored 60 flat.
Yeah, so
whole game in a 4-game stretch.
All I'm saying is
that's number
Smooch,
2 for me.
all I'm saying is Smooch Parker was the best player on that team.
That's number 2 for me. I would have had it at number 1, but my number 1 has been already said. But
yeah,
I still appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kev, because my number one said already too. All right, DQ at number 2.
My number 2 is Kobe Bryant's commercial with Nike featuring Kanye West.
Blow my.
Are you the same beast and a different animal? The Kobe system.
What the fuck are you talking about, Kobe Bryant? Yeah, that commercial, honest to God, bro, that shit's hilarious to me, son.
I like the car commercial more. The jump over.
Nah, that was
That
over cars. He was jumping. He jumped over the pool with the snakes in it.
The pool one was fake. The car was real.
the car was real, yeah, definitely. We all know that. Nah, but that Kanye commercial, bro, is mad funny, son.
Nah.
It's funny because like, what the fuck are you talking about, Kobe?
Yeah.
He's like, you're welcome.
You're welcome, bro. He goes,
No.
he was like, I need you to want more or win more. This nigga Kanye was like,
But I'm the best.
But I'm the best. He's like,
you're welcome.
but are you in the same line and whatever you just said? He's like, what the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Nah, iconic
Welcome.
shit. Legends upon legends. Legends hollering at legends. You get 2 legends together in commercial, you get magic, right? So Johnny, number 2.
At number 2, it's been said, but I got Kobe's 81-point game at number 2. You know, it was just a stamp on the crazy season Kobe he was having. And then, you know, I think in that same year he had the month. He averaged like 40 a game. And he was just, you know, Kobe was just being Kobe.
Yeah.
I feel like that should have been capped off for the MVP season. But, you know, that's another discussion for another day. But 81 at my number 2.
My number 2 is Kobe's 09 championship, beating Magic's 4-1 without Shaq. That's my number 2. That series, 4-1, Lakers, Magic.
Stop. The wife in the ring and his Carter in the ring.
And again, that everybody was saying, you know, Shaq went on to win with Miami.
And that final was supposed to be Cleveland versus LA too.
And it was Kobe wasn't gonna get a ring without Shaq. They got Shaq left town. It was supposed to be over for LA. Kobe brought them back. 09, got them the championship. So that's my number 2. Kobe, 2009 championship against the Magics. All right, number 1. Been said already. But it's a great moment. It made me want to cry just visualizing it in my head because we lost Kobe Bryant this year. Like that shit is crazy.
A ridiculous 2020.
Yo, ask Sabrina. I'm watching CNN. I saw that shit. I dad started crying like I lost a sibling. Like I had to go for a walk. Nigga was hurt. Like,
bro, my mom called me from
I remember
where she was at, and she told me, and I was like, huh? You're bugging. I hung up. And I started digging, doing research, and I'm like,
yeah, because it was and you know how people be killing people on social media and shit.
Like I feel like I was in the Twilight Zone, bro.
Right.
That's why I tell people all the time, bro.
That shit was crazy. But again, RIP to the GOAT. We're gonna get into our number 1. Number 1 Kobe moments. Drew, to you first. What's your number 1 Kobe moment?
My number 1 Kobe moment is Kobe getting that 5th championship because it definitely cemented that legacy as Kobe being one of the GOATs. Because and it like reversed it got Kobe to like avenge his championship that he lost to the Boston Celtics in the 08 series, the 07-08 series. And it also like due to Kobe being petty when he was on that podium, he's saying like one reporter saying like, what does having this 5th ring mean to you? One more shot.
Right, one more shot.
Yeah, so
all right, Kev at number 1. I know you're number 1 already.
My number 1 is the 81-point game.
Okay, that's not my number 1.
Yeah, just to highlight greatness. I mean, I know at some points during like everybody's career, like putting up 81 points is ridiculous regardless. But for Kobe, like to put it on display, it was just whether somebody was told not to D him or not. At the end of the day, bro,
Kobe.
you gotta have the skill, the greatness, and you
Right.
gotta be able to go out there and put up 81
Right. Exactly.
So I mean, we love you, bro. Not all of us here are fathers. Only one of us here is a father. But at the end of the day, with everything that happened with you, bro, we already know that your family came first. And at the end of the day, you did what you had to do to try and protect your own. And
Yeah.
we're sorry you're not here, man. We really are.
Right. All right. DQ, number one.
Answer this question. What I live for? Basketball, beats, and broads. Nah, I'm joking, Joyce. I'm number two. My number one is Kobe's sneaker free agency because he wore every shoe under the sun for every company trying to sign him. And for him to go with Nike is probably the greatest shit ever because he wore Reeboks, he wore Adidas, he wore
Crazy Eights.
everything under the sun.
Crazy Eights, my favorite Kobe shoe.
He wore everything under the sun. Even Iverson gave him like a pair of P's. Then he signed with Nike for that
Yeah.
that long deal that he had. But yeah. It's that the sneaker free agency is definitely my number one.
All right, John, number one.
My number one is Kobe's 5th championship.
Yeah.
You know, it was just the accumulation of, everything, and then all the media throughout his career saying he couldn't do it without Shaq as much
Right.
as Shaq, but, the media divided that situation.
Yeah, definitely.
Played a big role in the divide, and then Kobe finally, got, number 5, because obviously Shaq, he was tied at number 4 when
Right.
Orlando, that was his first championship without Shaq. So
Yeah.
then they were tied at 4, and boom, he avenged the loss against Boston.
Right.
Boston got number 5, and then
You
5-4.
Again.
Also, probably would have been an extra 1 or 2. The Lakers,
They do that CP3. Yeah.
Another one where we could discuss another day.
Right. Nah, I feel you on that one, John.
Okay, at least if they would have had Chris Paul,
Yeah.
at least 2 more.
Right.
Kobe be looking at 6 or 7, but I don't want to stress out the arguments right now.
Yeah. My number one, I think it was John's number 3. Mamba out.
Mm-hmm.
It's my number one. Capping a farewell season to end it the way he did against the Jazz. Like, it was, watching that game, especially like that last quarter.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like,
yeah. It's like, don't leave, Kobe. You can still do shit. Like, don't go.
Yeah, bro.
Like, that shit was just incredible to watch. And again, Kobe, for our generation, like we said previous time, when we were doing the MJ doc, our parents grew up watching the amazement of Jordan. We were shorties when Jordan was on top of his game. We all grew up in the Kobe era from the beginning to where he became to the retirement. Like, we watched Kobe from the jump to his retirement. Like, we grew up with Kobe being Bryant. So he's the MJ of our generation, and the closest thing we've seen to MJ fucking ever. MJ the GOAT, Kobe. People argue with Kobe, LeBron, and shit, but it's like it's close. It's very close. So,
for me, for my honorable mention, is the Mamba out, because it hits different. You know what I mean? When I see the clip, or like when I watched it live, you know what I mean? For me, I was just like, "Oh, this shit is crazy!" Like, it hit different then, but it hits different now. So for me, I didn't want to put something that I'm not good with things that feel like eerie for me. Yeah. And that Mamba out, to me, is like his last words to us. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to put that on my list. So that's one of my honorable mentions.
I got a couple of honorable mentions
My second honorable mention that maybe everybody didn't fact check or know about. I wasn't sure about it, but I double checked it. It's just fucking crazy, bro. Kobe played MJ in a total of 8 games. Total. So the numbers 8 and 24 for him, just that shit just always comes full circle now when
Word.
digging. So if you're wondering, fans, how many out of those games did Kobe win? Kobe does have the winning record. Five out of three out of those 8 games. But yeah,
I'm guessing those five was
crazy,
in
bro.
Washington. Those five was in Washington though.
Yeah, it don't matter, bro. The fact that I searched it, because I'm wondering, and the first thing that came up is like Kobe
Right.
played 8 games against Michael. I'm like, bro,
Right.
what the yo? Who
Yeah,
wrote this story out?
Right. No, I never even thought of something like that. But I only got 2 honorable mentions. Well, actually 3, and they all dunks on people that known blockers. When he boomed on Dwight Howard.
That's one of my honorable mentions.
When he boomed on, although a rookie of first year, Ben Wallace, when Ben Wallace was in Washington, that's probably the nastiest dunk on he's ever did. Like the nastiest looking one. And then when he dunked on Yao, those my.
No, it's crazy.
My Kanye commercial is my third one, but yeah.
Yo, and Kanye, I forgot about that Kanye commercial. That shit is funny as hell.
I want to say, I'll add that.
And the car, him jumping over the car.
When he baptized Dwight, that's definitely my honorable mention. He hit the 12 threes in the game before the whole, that was the record then before the whole previous now.
Right, the 3 era.
Game. 13, 14 now,
right.
2 threes at a crazy clip now. But he hit 12 in the era where that wasn't really happening. Hit 12 threes. The March Madness run when he did the 50, 60 is one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Also, when he brought out that baseline reverse, when he started like really that baseline,
the dunk, yeah.
I don't know if it was against the Knicks he brought it out first, or it was against the Timberwolves when he went and KG tried to jump and he just did the reverse
and the behind the back. I think they were playing against New Jersey when he did the behind the back and
he did
nasty.
Like his baseline dunk attack was ridiculous.
Yeah, word.
Go baseline, do a little reverse, or you just go baseline and just straight turn and just dunk it. Well, also the when he started coining the Mamba mentality, that's also I don't mention because obviously that was already his mindset, but then when he made that like brand.
And again, right, and he's made it a coin thing that we use in sports now because everybody's saying like when you're a dog, it's like that Mamba mentality. Like that's what it used to be like. Niggas, he a dog, but now it's like that Mamba mentality. Like
it was a crossover. I'm not gonna lie. There was one time he did Speedwell dirty. It was I think in the 04 conference finals. Like Speedwell tried to check him. He hit him with a move, and it was just bad, and he just shot it. But Kobe had some moves also. He had some crazy crossovers over the years.
DQ and Drew. Y'all got any honorables?
I have his rap albums, one of my honorable mentions. I have his Sprite commercials with Grant Hill was one honorable mentions.
Yeah.
It's him being on Moesha. The McDonald's commercial that he had with the little kids.
Him being on Moesha or him being in Moesha?
Him being on. I did. No, we can't lose our title.
Kobe's a G. He did it.
No, yo, stop it, though. Stop it.
No, but man, we miss you, Cole. Like this is the end of our episode, episode 19 OSA. And again, this was 5-5 greatest Kobe moments. We could sit here and reminisce all night, but Kobe, today's 8/24. Kobe's two numbers, 8/24. It's crazy that we actually, when I said let's do like once it was his birthday, when I said let's switch the 5-5, I honestly didn't think it was 8/24.
You didn't know that?
No, until you said something.
As soon as I seen it, I was like, yo. As soon as you wrote that, I was like, yeah.
Yo, I didn't even.
I was just going crazy. I was gonna actually the day that you wrote to change it, I was gonna write you like, yo, I think we should change the 5-5.
Yeah.
Remember, I sent you that previous list.
Right.
Well, to me, I was foreshadowing like to myself, like it all clicked. So I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, like the name of the episode should be 8, the semicolon 24, 8/24.
Definitely. That's the. So y'all know it. So it's what it is.
Oh, y'all still here?
Yeah, if y'all still here, 8/24, episode 19, OSA. This is the Kobe episode. And again, just want to say thank you, Cole, for everything that you've done for the game of basketball. Thank you for everything you've done for the world. More than the athlete. Again, we rapping. Rest in peace to Cole. Rest in peace to Gigi, and rest in peace to all the families that was lost in that accident. We signing out.